Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogtober. Every time I start to say Vlogtober, I want to say Vlogmas for some reason.
Vlogmas.
So today, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and we are taking Savannah to therapy. So today's vlog is going to be a vlog plus Savannah's therapy, basically. And she hasn't been to therapy in like 2 weeks, so she probably has a shit ton of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And she has a really cute new shirt on too.
Yeah, this is a new shirt I got from Shein. Like, they have like Halloween stuff out, but I'm gonna wear this all year round. It's like a skeleton rib cage, and I'm wearing it with my black leather skirt that's also from Shein. So yeah, everything I own is from Shein.
If I can't really turn my neck to look at the camera very well, I'm sorry. I slept wrong 2 nights ago, and now I can barely move my neck. It really sucks. It hurts really bad. So if I kind of go like this, that's why.
We're stopping. We're making a pit stop on the way.
Yeah, Savannah wants to go to Dunkin', so we're gonna do that. And we usually get McDonald's coffee, but she wants Dunkin'. Do you already know what you want?
Yeah. I've been craving it. I'm gonna get the pumpkin spice signature iced latte.
You can make me say all that?
Bro, it's not that hard. Pumpkin spice signature iced latte.
Pumpkin spice signature iced latte.
Yes,
That's a
large.
lot of words for a drink.
Well, that's how coffee works.
I just go to McDonald's and say vanilla iced coffee.
With liquid sugar.
Liquid sugar.
Ugh.
There's just a shoe. Why is it
There's a hair in my mouth.
that randomly there'll just be one shoe in the street? Like,
I don't know.
what is it with that? They just throw their shoes out the window or what?
I don't know. There's shoes everywhere. Or like on the phone lines.
Yeah. We left a little earlier than usual today because Dunkin' normally, first of all, has a longer line than McDonald's, and second of all, it's also not right next to the doctor's office like McDonald's is. Oh, speaking of doctors and stuff, Skylar went to school today because his COVID test came back negative, of course.
So I get to go back too.
Yeah. And, but now my husband was like blowing his nose this morning, so I think now we all got him sick. So it's just making its rounds. And on the way out this morning of the neighborhood, we saw Cherokee, like 3 houses down, getting ready to crawl underneath their front porch. And I'm like, she better not try to have her babies underneath those people's porch. I'll be pissed. I'm gonna have to start locking her in my garage.
Well, it's gonna be too late. By the time you get back, the babies are already out.
I mean, I don't think she's gonna have her babies today or anything, but I mean, it's only October 4th.
Has she been eating still?
She ate this morning.
We might have an interesting story time from after I have therapy, because I already have something that I'm thinking is gonna be a big conversation.
Are you talking about your dad?
What?
Are you talking about your dad?
Well, not dad,
Oh.
just like driving.
Oh,
Put in a Youngblood clip.
why?
Because I love him.
I put Youngblood in yesterday.
Yeah, and I watched it and I want more.
I want more. You watched Youngblood literally all day yesterday.
Listen, I needed him to cheer me up. I'm on a Youngblood binge right now, guys.
Alright, this is Youngblood, and this is everything I do in a day.
Alright, well, we'll come back after her appointment.
I think we gotta call the cops.
Try to... It's... Careful, guys. There's someone in their trunk.
I just got Dunkin'. This is the large pumpkin spice signature iced latte. It's huge, but I need it, so. It's so good.
Okay, just now leaving therapy. Haven't heard how it went yet. So we're gonna, as usual, hear it together.
Okay, I'll give you some context first. Bro, this is hard for me to talk about because I'm still anxious about it from yesterday. So, yeah. I'm 17, if y'all don't know. And I'm still driving on a permit. don't have my license, and I haven't taken behind the wheel. And so Saturday my dad took me driving a little bit, and I did really good. Like, I did fine, and I was confident because I was like, okay, I actually did okay, so I can do it again. So then yesterday he took me on the same exact drive, but I almost hit a car, and I didn't realize how close I was to the car, I guess, and I thought I could get away from it. And when I'm anxious, I'm very anxious to drive. I hate driving because it gives me so much anxiety. Like, sometimes I'll just sit in the driver's seat and then I'll get a panic attack. So I kind of realized this yesterday. When I'm anxious in the car, I black out. Like, I had no idea that I was so close to the car. I had no idea that I had to hit the brake. I just kind of wasn't even there mentally. Like, that's what happens when I get anxious in the car, and that's why I don't trust myself to drive, because I'm not there mentally. I'm like gone. So my dad screamed at me, "Stop the car! Stop the car! Stop the car! You're never driving again!" And I got out of the car, and we were already in my neighborhood, so I just walked home because I didn't want to sit in the car with him because it freaked me out. And then I ran to my room, started having a panic attack, cried my eyes out under my covers. And then I went and took a shower, and I cried in the shower because I felt disgusting and I was sweaty from crying. So that's the backstory. So I talked about that today instead of like talking about my homework. So I was talking about driving, and she was like asking me like how I feel about it, exactly like what makes me anxious about it, stuff like that, how I'm feeling when I'm in the car. And I kind of told her, and she was like, well, what's a skill that you used to think like you were really bad at or you didn't know how to do, but now you're better at? Like, is there something that you used to be really afraid to do, but now you can do it and it's not as scary? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, do you think that's how it would work with driving? And I was like, yeah, probably. But I was explaining to her that I didn't want to get in the car again. I did not want to drive again, ever again. And she was like, okay, but, you know, driving is different for everyone. Everyone learns how to drive differently. And I was telling her that, like, sometimes, like, my dad will be like, oh, you know, when I learned how to drive, I just got in the car and drove straight on the street and I was fine. And I was like, I tried to explain to him, like, that's not how it works for everyone. Not everyone is, like, learns that way. And I'm, like, a fast learner. But when it comes to driving, I can't just throw myself in the deep end, you know? And it doesn't work for me that way. And she's like, that's valid. It doesn't work the same way for everyone. And you need to take the right steps for you to learn how to drive, instead of putting yourself in a super uncomfortable situation. So I was talking to her about that. And then she was like, okay, so is it important to you that you learn how to drive? And I was like, yeah. She's like, tell me the pros and cons of not learning how to drive. And I was like, well, the pros are that I don't have to be stressed out and I can focus on other things just like school and stuff. And I don't have to be anxious all the time about driving. That's a pro. And anxious about like getting my license and that whole thing. But then the cons are that I don't have the same independence other people my age do. I can't go places on my own. And I'm a senior, so next year I'm going to be in college and I'm going to need a ride to work, to school, and I don't want to have to rely on other people. And I also have this pressure of like, you need to learn how to drive. Like, I have this pressure, you know? So I told her that, and she was like, so do you think you want to learn how to drive? And I was like, I do, but I'm not ready. Like, I'm too scared. Like, I don't want to mess up again. And she was like, okay, well, I'm going to challenge you. I'm mad at her for this. She was like, I'm going to challenge you to go out driving twice this week. But instead of having them spring it on you, because it sounds like that's not helpful when they're just like, hey, do this, you need to create your own terms. And you can be like, hey, Mom, Dad, I want to drive after school on Tuesday in this parking lot. And then you're in control and you're motivating yourself. And your reward, you can reward yourself. If you go driving twice, you get a trip to the store. If you make a date so like, okay, the first reward is I make dates for driving. I make a plan and a time and a place. Then I reward myself with a coffee. And if I go through driving, then I get to be rewarded with a trip to the store.
What is this car doing?
Those are my rewards. Those are my rewards.
Okay.
And so she challenged me to go driving twice this week. And I kind of don't, can I go driving with you? I think also what sucks is that, like, I get that it's scary being a passenger in a car of someone who blacks out when they're driving, literally blacks out when they're driving. But it would be easier for me if, like, I was in the car with a trained person who deals with bad drivers all the time, because then they could just say, stop, calmly, and then they can laugh it off. Like, if Dad just would have laughed it off, then I would have felt better. But he was scared, so he freaked me out. And so, like, when you guys get all anxious, it rubs off on me, and then I start to freak out more and get worried.
Listen, it's like you're forgetting that I don't freak out when I'm in the car with you.
You did last time. I started to worry, and so you started to worry. And I can tell when you guys are worried, and it freaks me out. And I don't want to disappoint anyone, because apparently everyone else learns how to drive the first time they get in the car. They're perfect at it, but not me.
No, they're not, Savannah. I told you that.
So, I don't know. This is just one of my big struggles right now. And my other homework is to practice mindfulness, she told me. We did an activity where I had my Dunkin', and she had me hold the cup, and she had a cup of coffee too, and she had us hold the cup, and she guided me through and said, okay, so if any thoughts come into your head or anxious thoughts, push them away, acknowledge that they're there, and then just be like, nope, I'm not gonna listen to you right now, and think about what I'm telling you to do. So she said, hold your coffee cup. Think about what it feels like in your hand. Maybe think about the temperature. Maybe think about you feel water droplets on the cup. And then, like, we did that for a while, and then she was like, okay, now hold it up to your nose and smell it. Think about what you smell. Do you smell the whipped cream? Do you smell the plastic from the cup? And then we did that, and then she was like, okay, now taste it. What does it taste like? What does it feel like when you take a drink of it? Stuff like that. And so it's just like, going through the 5 senses. If you know what mindfulness is, it's kind of like that, bringing yourself back to earth kind of and out of your head. And she's like, you can do that lots of different ways. If you're taking a walk, how does the grass feel between your toes? How does the breeze feel, And just thinking about your actual surroundings, just to calm you down. So she challenged me to try doing that when I'm anxious or worked up or something. And so yeah, that's most of what we did. What do you think?
The mindfulness test is a good idea.
I think this week is too soon for me to drive. I'm traumatized. Like, I'm actually traumatized. That's not a joke. Like, I'm smiling while I'm saying it, but I'm actually traumatized from driving. I hate driving.
Did you talk about stuff with Tanner?
No, we didn't have time. Basically, the whole meeting was about driving. But if you guys want to know, I could talk to you. I've been worried lately that I've been possessive over my friends. Because, like, I don't want to get pushed aside or, like, ignored or, like, thrown away, So, like, I'm the best friend, Like, Tanner's my best friend. So I have to be the first person he calls for stuff, I have issues, okay? Don't judge me. I have problems. That's why I'm in therapy. I started watching videos of other people who are bad drivers to, like, help me feel better about myself. Like, this person didn't get their license till they were 28, and I was like, that could be me. And then there was this other person, like, apparently there's this show where they take really bad drivers, and, like, it's kind of like a behind the wheel, so they have, like, the teacher there. And these drivers, like, were so bad, and they kept almost hitting cars and stuff. But it made me feel better because the instructor was just like, okay, stop, okay, stop. And he was, like, laughing and stuff, and that made me feel better because I was like, see, it's not that big of a deal if you don't make it a big deal.
It is a big deal when you are about to slam into something, though, and you don't have time to
I know, but
calmly
when
say,
you go, stop! That kills me. I hate being screamed at.
I don't do that. Alright, well, sounds like you had a good session this week.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all you have to talk about.
Okay.
We will vlog more later, though, after the kids get out of school.
Yeah.
It's only 10 in the morning.
And we have like 20 minutes of footage. Alright.
So, yeah, we'll come back when the kids get out of school.
You guys can go on the twerk wall together.
There's a twerk wall?
Yes, everyone always goes on the wall and twerks on it.
I remember I went to prom this one year and this girl was like dancing on her boyfriend the whole time.
Yeah, that's what they do at homecoming.
It's so weird.
It's so awkward too, because they're just like grinding on each other.
And like the teachers just all stand around.
Mm-hmm.
Like guards.
Oh yeah, like at our prom, the
It's
teachers...
like, how are you gonna dance on someone when a teacher's right there?
Well, yeah, at our prom, the teachers had their own tent, and they all did dances together in their tent.
Damn, so the teachers, that was probably their best year. All dancing on each other. Like, Kathy's over here like, I've been wanting to dance on AMG for years.
My mom says you're part of today's vlog.
Why?
She's filming us.
Because I'm beautiful. I need my chocolate.
Are you on your period?
I'm on Anna's period.
What? What does that even mean? Control only gambling with your soul, baby. Whatever you do, just don't eat my butt for breakfast. Oh. You on my way, bruh. Bruv. You my way, bruv. Oh, it's already on. Hey, bruv.
I think it might have heard you going, just don't eat my breakfast.
Obey whatever you do.
We're having breakfast for dinner.
Toaster waffles.
Chocolate chip toaster waffles.
In the Midwest, families eat frozen food every night.
That's not true.
That's true. We don't have vegans in the Midwest. We don't have meal prepping in the Midwest.
Oh, we got cheese pizza.
I have all the Youngblood songs stuck in my head.
All of them at the same time?
That's all I listen to on the bus ride home. What sucks about waffles is that you eat them so fast.
I know. And then you eat two and it's like, well, more.
Yeah. Like, I could eat the whole box.
I don't know.
That's Skylar's hair.
I have long hair.
We're gonna knock that thing down.
Jeez, my hair's too long.
Yep, your hair's longer than mine.
Sorry that I look scary. I just got out of the shower.
We got smoothies.
Smoothie?
Oh, I forgot about those.
I like
Smoothies?
smoothies.
What?
I didn't know we had
Like
smoothies.
little bottled ones.
How do you guys like the shirt? I like it.
I thought we were watching 911.
We're eating dinner really quick.
What's your emergency?
It's not called 911. It's called the Buck and Eddie Show.
Who else likes to eat breakfast for dinner? It's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's a bad idea. You
Oh.
need the ranch.
Skylar!
Ooh, gross.
Oh! It's gonna taste like plastic. You're gonna eat toxins.
The fries are so
That
cold.
smells really gross.
It smells really bad.
Oh my god,
Oh my
I can't. Ew!
He melted the plastic. It stinks.
You need to throw that away.
Throw everything away.
That. Oh, that stinks so
Should I
bad.
take off the lid?
Ew, God, that is really, really bad. I'd rather smell poop.
Ew!
I'm not kidding. That smells awful. I'm gonna end the video here because we're gonna go watch 911, I think. Let me know in the comments if you guys watch 911 also. It's a really good show. Oh, my neck.
Neither do I.
Youngblood.
I don't even have a brain.
Cody
I
for
don't even have a brain.
Cody!
All right, well, that's gonna be it for today.
There's
We'll
a
see you
flag
guys
flag on
tomorrow.
it. That's POV flex.
Bye, poopies.
Cat flex.
Ew.